For 2 weeks, I couldn't get out of bed. My husband said it was laziness. My doctor said it was depression. I was 62 years old, and I truly believed my life was over. But here I am now, and what I'm about to tell you might actually change your life. If you can't recognize these silent signs, it's not just you who will suffer. Everyone around you will assume it's simply aging, but it's not aging. It's a mind that has quietly given up. If you've ever woken up and thought, again, you're not alone. Depression after 60 is more than 40% more common than most people realise. But this isn't aging, it's a treatable condition. And today, I'm going to show you 5 silent signs. These signs don't scream, they whisper. But here's the thing, I'm not going to explain all 5 the same way. The most dangerous one? I'm saving it for last, because when you hear it, you're going to wish you hadn't. But you need to hear it. And if even one of these signs touches something inside you, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do about it. Meet George. He's 68, a retired math teacher with kind eyes and hands that never quite stop moving. Every Sunday he bakes pastries for his grandchildren. He still does. But something changed about 3 months ago. I watched him one afternoon. His hands were working the dough, but his eyes were somewhere far away, fixed on the window, on nothing at all. I asked him, "George, does it taste good this time?" He looked at me for a long moment. Then he said very quietly, "I'm just finishing it." Just those words, and just finishing it. That's when I understood. That pastry had stopped being about love. This is sign 1. Doing the things you once loved as if they were chores. Your dopamine receptors quietly dim with age, but this is not your fault. Your brain is recalibrating its reward system, and that's exactly why it feels like nothing matters anymore. Evenings are fine, Dr. Helen, but the moment I open my eyes in the morning, it's like there's a stone sitting on my chest. I hit snooze 3 times before I can even think about moving. The first time Eleanor told me this, I expected tears. She didn't cry. What made it worse? She smiled. She smiled and said, "It's normal, right?" As if this weight on her chest had become so familiar it no longer felt like something was wrong. That moment stayed with me longer than anything else she ever said. Sign 2. Mornings feel the hardest. After 60, cortisol, your stress hormone, no longer surges the way it used to in the morning. Your body struggles to send the signal that says, "You're ready, let's go." You're not lazy. Your biological clock has shifted. But wait, in just a moment, I'm going to tell you something George never told any of his doctors, something that changed everything. Stay with me just a little longer. Margaret, 72 years old, back pain, headaches. She's been to doctors, had scans done. They told her nothing's wrong, but the pain is real. The first time Margaret came to see me, she brought a list. 3 years of pain, every doctor's visit, every time someone told her nothing's wrong. All written down in small, careful handwriting. When she handed it over, her hand was trembling. "Am I losing my mind?" she asked. She wasn't losing her mind. No one had simply listened. Because after 60, depression doesn't always live in your thoughts, it lives in your body. The neurons misread the pain signals. This isn't psychosomatic, It's a real, physical, physiological response. Harold, 70 years old. He used to walk to his neighbour's house every evening for coffee. Now he says, "I'm too tired." One day I passed by the neighbour's place and noticed Harold's usual chair at the table, empty. The neighbour said, "He just stopped coming." There was a sadness in the way he said it, even though he didn't ask why. Sometimes the heaviest losses happen so quietly, no one even notices they've started. The truth is, it's not that Harold doesn't want connection. Expressing himself has become exhausting. Talking, smiling, showing empathy, all of it drains him. When the brain enters survival mode, the first thing it cuts is social connection. This isn't pride, it's energy management. So, do you want to know the fifth sign? This one is going to feel uncomfortably familiar, because you might already be living it right now. You just haven't noticed. Back to George. He told me the other day, "I wish I could just sleep through the afternoon." But at 3 in the morning, he's staring at the ceiling. One evening, George said something that stopped me cold. "Dr. Helen, I can't sleep at night, but I don't want to see the day come either." He paused after he said it, as if he'd surprised even himself. It was the first time he'd ever said something that honest out loud. And in that moment, I realised this was never just about sleep. So what now? If any of those signs hit close to home, don't panic. Here are 3 things you can start today. 1. The sunlight ritual. At 10 in the morning, just 5 minutes. Balcony, window, front porch, it doesn't matter. Turn your back to the sun. Close your eyes. This isn't about vitamin D. This is your way of telling your biological clock, "I'm still here." The first week you might feel nothing. That's completely normal. 2. The voice journal. Not a written journal, a voice memo on your phone. Each evening say 3 things. Something that felt good today. Something that felt hard today. One small thing I'd like for tomorrow. Writing feels heavy after 60. Talking is easier. After a week, listen back. You'll hear yourself, and that matters more than you think. 3. One voice message. Not a text, a voice message. A grandchild, a neighbour, an old friend, anyone. All you need to say is 2 words. "I thought of you." Connection doesn't need to be long, it just needs to be real. And now, remember that thing I promised you? The thing George never told any doctor? Listen closely, because this changes everything. Here's what George said. "Sometimes I feel like I never existed at all. Not because the world doesn't see me, but because I don't want to see the world." That's it. After 60, depression often begins not with sadness, but with the feeling that you no longer matter. And that feeling hides everything else. This isn't your fault, but knowing this, that's the first step. George now does his 5 minutes every single morning. The first week, he felt nothing. The second week, he said it felt a little strange. By the end of the 3rd week, he told me this. "For the first time in months, I actually looked outside and wondered what the day would bring." Eleanor has kept up her voice journal for 40 days now. Yesterday she sent me a message. "Dr. Helen, I listened to myself today. I cried the whole time, but when it was over, I felt strong." Margaret didn't go to physical therapy for her back. She went to group therapy instead. The first session she didn't speak. The second, she just listened. On the 3rd day she said, I feel this way too. And for the first time, no one told her that was normal. Not all of them are fully healed, but that weight, it lifted, because they finally understood this isn't aging. It's a mind asking for help. Now, here's where you come in. Which sign hit closest to home? Tell me in the comments below. Are you like George, going through the motions? Like Eleanor, dreading mornings? Or maybe you're not sure yet. Maybe you just came here out of curiosity. All of it is valid, and all of it matters. If you made it this far, that tells me something about you. It tells me you care, either about yourself or about someone you love. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Because this channel is brand new, and everything I'm building here, I'm building for people like you. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. A parent, a sibling, a friend who's been quiet lately. You might not realize it, but sharing this could be the thing that makes them feel seen. And mark your calendars for February 11th. That's when our next video drops, The Psychology of Aging, Why We Feel Invisible After 60. If today's video shook something loose in you, that one is going to go deeper. Until then, remember this. 60 is not an ending. It's the moment your mind starts learning a new language, and you still matter. This is Mind After 60. I'll see you next time.